Hey, Celtics Nation. We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. Rumors have been swirling in the NBA world, and now it seems the whispers have turned into a full-blown storm, as Donovan Mitchell has reportedly forced his way out of the Cleveland Cavaliers, sending shockwaves through the league and leaving fans of both franchises in a state of disbelief. Sources close to the situation suggest that Mitchell, who has been the cornerstone of Cleveland's offense and one of the most electrifying guards in the game, expressed his dissatisfaction with the direction of the team, sparking intense discussions behind closed doors about a potential trade. The speculation has been growing for weeks, fueled by social media chatter, insider leaks, and subtle comments from the player himself during interviews, hinting that he wanted a change of scenery and a more competitive environment. The Cavaliers, caught between maintaining a loyal superstar and rebuilding their roster strategically, faced a dilemma that seemed to accelerate the process of Mitchell requesting a trade. The dynamics within Cleveland, including front office decisions, roster composition, and potential playoff prospects, are believed to have been a tipping point for the All-Star guard, who is now apparently set to join the Boston Celtics. Fans are already imagining how his arrival could reshape the team's identity, impact their offensive schemes, and bring a new level of excitement to the Garden, a historic arena known for its passionate supporters. The potential trade has sent analysts into a frenzy, dissecting every possible scenario, examining draft picks, contract situations, and player fit, all in an attempt to predict how Donovan Mitchell could mesh with the Boston Celtics' existing lineup. Celtics fans, long accustomed to a team built on cohesion, defense, and the leadership of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, are now speculating how Mitchell's dynamic scoring ability will integrate into a system that has prided itself on balance and team chemistry. Conversations in sports circles have centered around the idea that Mitchell's presence could transform the Celtics from contenders to potential championship favorites almost overnight, though some voices caution that his arrival might disrupt established hierarchies and force adjustments in play style. Insiders note that Boston's front office has been quietly maneuvering for months, positioning themselves to be ready for a move of this magnitude, carefully assessing cap space, trade exceptions, and future assets. The timing seems almost cinematic, with the trade whispers coinciding with a period of intense scrutiny over coaching strategies, team performance, and off-season ambitions. As the rumor mills churn, fans are debating not only the immediate impact, but also the long-term implications, imagining lineups, playoff matchups, and the potential for iconic moments that could define a new era for the Celtics with Mitchell in green and white. The excitement and uncertainty are palpable, making this one of the most talked-about moves in recent NBA history, a scenario that seems ripped straight from a sports drama script. The chatter surrounding Donovan Mitchell's departure from Cleveland and arrival in Boston has highlighted deeper questions about player agency, team loyalty, and the modern NBA's culture of movement and self-advocacy. Observers point out that Mitchell's assertiveness reflects a growing trend of superstar athletes taking control of their destinies, signaling to franchises that organizational direction, roster quality, and competitive aspirations must align with players' personal goals or risk losing elite talent. In Cleveland, the implications are significant, as the Cavaliers must now navigate the fallout of losing a franchise player who had become synonymous with their identity and who carried the hopes of a team aiming to cement its place among the league's elite. The front office is reportedly weighing options, balancing the need to maintain credibility with fans and the league while also maximizing return value, a delicate dance that requires negotiating not only player-for-player exchanges, but also future considerations, such as draft positioning and salary cap management. Meanwhile, in Boston, the reception to the rumored acquisition has been overwhelmingly positive, with supporters envisioning highlight reels, high-scoring games, and a formidable trio alongside Tatum and Brown. The excitement is tempered, however, by the awareness that integrating a player of Mitchell's caliber requires careful management, chemistry cultivation, and strategic planning to ensure that the addition enhances rather than destabilizes the team's dynamics. Analysts continue to dissect past performances, clutch moments, and injury histories, attempting to gauge whether the trade would be a masterstroke or a gamble. The narrative of Mitchell's move is more than just a trade. It is a microcosm of the evolving relationship between players, teams, and the fan base in an era where movement and ambition shape the stories that dominate sports headlines. Amidst the speculation, social media has exploded with reaction videos, memes, and live debates, illustrating just how invested the public is in the story of Donovan Mitchell potentially swapping Cleveland for Boston. The immediacy of platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok has amplified every leak and rumor, creating a feedback loop in which analyst predictions, fan theories, and even fictional scenarios collide, painting a picture of the NBA as a living, breathing drama that extends far beyond the hardwood. The cultural implications are fascinating, as Mitchell's move is interpreted not only as a strategic basketball decision, but also as a statement about ambition, self-determination, and the pursuit of legacy in a league where historical impact is measured in championships, highlight reels, and the narratives that fans carry forward for decades. Reports suggest that behind-the-scenes meetings between the Cavaliers' executives and Boston's front office involved multiple layers of negotiation, with draft picks, role players, and financial flexibility all being leveraged to reach an agreement that could satisfy both sides. The human element also cannot be understated, with teammates, coaches, and support staff caught in a whirlwind of uncertainty, having to recalibrate expectations, morale, and interpersonal dynamics in the wake of such a monumental shakeup. If the trade materializes, it will not only alter the trajectory of two franchises, but also serve as a case study in how superstar power, strategic ambition, and the appetite for immediate success intersect in professional sports. The buzz surrounding this move is electric, almost palpable, as fans, pundits, and even casual observers prepare for what could be a defining moment in modern NBA history, signaling a shift in power balance that could resonate for years to come. Insiders claim that Donovan Mitchell's potential move to Boston is also influencing trade discussions across the league, as teams reassess their strategies in light of a blockbuster transaction that could ripple through multiple rosters and impact future playoff configurations. Front offices from coast to coast are reportedly analyzing scenarios where Mitchell's addition could either create a super contender in Boston or leave Cleveland in a rebuilding mode that necessitates bold moves in upcoming drafts. The speculation has created a fertile ground for rumor-mongering, with journalists, bloggers, and even former players weighing in with hot takes, hypothetical lineups, and mock trades, all feeding into the narrative that the NBA is entering a period of unprecedented volatility and excitement. Fans are dissecting every past performance of Mitchell, noting how his scoring bursts, defensive effort, and leadership qualities might synergize with the Celtics' established stars, while also debating potential friction points, role adjustments, and coaching strategies. There is also a broader conversation about how superstar-driven moves are reshaping team identities, challenging traditional models of loyalty and long-term planning. For Boston, acquiring Mitchell could signify a commitment to immediate contention, signaling to the league that they are willing to leverage assets, take risks, and disrupt existing hierarchies to chase a championship. Meanwhile, Cleveland's fan base faces the emotional roller coaster of mourning a star departure while hoping for compensation that could accelerate their own rebuilding process. The narrative is rich with intrigue, combining personal ambition, organizational strategy, and fan emotion into a story that captivates sports enthusiasts across the country, making every twist and turn a point of intense discussion and debate. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Adding another layer to the intrigue is the timing of the rumored trade, coinciding with league-wide speculation about upcoming free agency moves, salary cap adjustments, and the strategies teams might employ to solidify their championship aspirations. Observers note that if Mitchell lands in Boston, it could trigger a domino effect, with rival teams reevaluating their rosters, adjusting coaching plans, and considering both immediate acquisitions and long-term investments to maintain competitiveness. Analysts highlight how the Celtics management has reportedly been proactive, crafting contingency plans, scouting reports, and financial strategies that anticipate the arrival of a high-profile player, ensuring that the team can integrate Mitchell without compromising flexibility for future moves. On the player's side, Mitchell is said to have weighed multiple factors, including competitive culture, coaching style, city appeal, and team legacy, before reportedly deciding that Boston represents the best environment for his next career chapter. The potential media narrative surrounding the trade is expected to be massive, with endless content, commentary, and analysis generated as fans speculate about lineups, playoff impacts, and the chemistry between the new trio of stars. The excitement is tempered with caution, as insiders note that while the physical skills Mitchell brings are undeniable, the intangible aspects, leadership fit, locker room chemistry, and adaptability will ultimately determine whether the trade becomes a defining success. As the story continues to unfold, the NBA community is watching closely, aware that the consequences of this rumored move could shape league dynamics, fan culture, and competitive landscapes for years, reinforcing the notion that superstar power in modern basketball can change the game both on and off the court. The magnitude of Donovan Mitchell's rumored move to Boston cannot be overstated, as it represents not just a player relocation, but a seismic shift in league perception, competitive balance, and the narratives that dominate NBA discourse. Fans are imagining highlight plays, playoff battles, and memorable moments that could emerge from pairing Mitchell with Tatum and Brown, while commentators dissect past tendencies, style of play matchups, and strategic adjustments needed to optimize the new configuration. The intrigue extends beyond basketball, touching on media coverage, merchandising potential, and city pride, with Boston poised to embrace a dynamic new superstar in a market hungry for championship glory. Meanwhile, Cleveland is left to navigate the challenges of losing a marquee talent, balancing fan expectations, and strategically leveraging incoming assets to sustain competitiveness. Analysts highlight that trades of this caliber often have ripple effects that extend across multiple seasons, influencing draft strategies, free agency decisions, and team-building philosophies throughout the league. The social conversation is equally intense, with discussion boards, podcasts, and video channels dissecting every rumor, leak, and insider report, amplifying both excitement and speculation. Mitchell's potential relocation raises compelling questions about player agency, competitive ambition, and the evolving dynamics of modern professional sports, emphasizing how individual decisions can reshape franchises, fan experiences, and the overall narrative arc of the NBA. If confirmed, this move would not only define Mitchell's career trajectory, but also serve as a landmark moment for the Celtics, marking the beginning of a potentially transformative era filled with anticipation, rivalry, and the promise of unforgettable basketball drama. As the news of Donovan Mitchell's move to the Boston Celtics continues to circulate, speculation has shifted toward the strategic implications for both teams, with fans and analysts alike dissecting potential rotations, defensive schemes, and offensive adjustments that could redefine how each squad approaches the upcoming season. In Boston, the excitement is palpable, as supporters envision a high-octane offense powered by Mitchell's explosive scoring ability, Tatum's versatility, and Brown's all-around skill set, imagining how this trio could dominate both ends of the floor. Meanwhile, whispers from Cleveland suggest that the Cavaliers' front office is carefully evaluating trade returns, weighing which combination of draft picks, young talent, and veteran presence could not only replace Mitchell's production, but also lay the foundation for a sustainable competitive future. The narrative is complicated further by the human element, with locker room dynamics, player personalities, and coaching philosophies all under scrutiny, raising questions about how quickly Boston can integrate a star of Mitchell's caliber without disrupting team chemistry. Experts are poring over past performance metrics, player efficiency ratings, and clutch scenarios to predict whether the Celtics system will enhance Mitchell's strengths or expose potential vulnerabilities. At the same time, The timing of this move has generated intense debate, as it coincides with the off-season shuffle, leading to endless what-if scenarios about subsequent trades, free agency targets, and the ripple effect across the entire league, turning the rumor into a full-blown saga that captivates fans everywhere, combining excitement, uncertainty, and the unmistakable allure of superstar movement in the modern NBA landscape. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.